What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Neo Scavenger, in which we will be attempting to get restarted up. I don't know, I'm a little bit bummed out and I'm a little bit burned out from our last death. I'm not super excited about it. Additionally, I've had I play this on the side, and I've had a lot of bad luck lately with all of my playthroughs. Just like a really hard luck streak. One of those things that happens at the casino where you're just like, I need to walk away and just like stop playing. But for whatever reason, I can't. Because I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I enjoy this. So we're going to go to new game. We're going to try something new in this playthrough. That's part of the reason why things are going so poorly. In this playthrough, we're going to attempt to make a ranged build, which is a bad idea. Ranged builds suck compared to melee builds. I don't care. Like, I will argue with anybody on the Neo Scavenger forums about it. In the early game, a melee build is a million times better because you can just murder anybody you want to get the things that you need with a spear, because the spear is super overpowered and stun locks people. Whereas the ranged character has no such benefit. At best, you can make yourself a bow in the early game, and I've put 5 arrows into somebody, and they are still alive and kicking, and they just walk away with all my arrows inside of them. So, in the best case scenario, people can still just walk away from you in ranged combat because you're far enough away to where they can disengage most of the time. And so ranged combat, while very good in endgame, is not so great in the early game, and it makes the game very RNG laden. So we're going to take ranged, botany, mechanic, electrician, lockpicking. That's looking pretty good right there. And then we're probably going to take metabolism to get a couple more points, and that'll give us hacking. And that's a pretty rounded out skill set right there. I mean, it's not going to, without trapping, that's the big thing, is we're going to do a sans trapping run. So we're actually playing on hard mode right now, where trapping is like the easy way of playing the game. We are now choosing the hard way to play the game, sans trapping. It's not even so much range that makes it a little bit worse. It's more trapping combined with range, like a lack of trapping with range that makes your skill set very unviable in the early game until you sort of get things figured out. So hopefully we get a good outdoor temperature. That's also some of the RNG. If you start with it snowing or raining, you're pretty much going to die, and there's not much you can do about it. However, the outdoor temperature is looking okay right now. So I think that we'll actually use the console real fast. We'll kill the wolf or run him off using whatever. And so now that these suburbs are over here, we got 2 locked storage sheds. That's pretty bad luck for the early game. That's pretty rough luck. Pretty rough luck. Not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. However, we are comfortable, which affords us a little bit more time to scavenge. We do have a couple issues we want to be aware of, though. Ooh, I forgot to... I'm playing poorly right now. What I should be doing at the moment is I should be trying to find a weapon, because something could wander in off the periphery of the map and just gib us without us even knowing. We got a hunter shack over here. Looks like we got a crowbar and a meat cleaver. I'm going to take the crowbar because it increases our chances of looting successfully. It'll also allow us to get inside these buildings over here. And so in the interest of doing that... Ooh, there's another one over here too. We may have good luck. We may have good luck. I'm not going to cross my fingers, but I'm really hoping my bad streak is over. Like, sincerely, I'm hoping it's over. I can't do it too much more. I can't do it too much more. That's all I'm going to say. I'm kind of like a broken man at this point, where I'm not sure how many more times I can see that "you have died" screen. I don't know. I don't know. If it goes too much further, that'll be it. That'll be it. I'll fall down, I'll cry, I'll weep, I'll moan. We can actually make ourselves a lockpick now, which makes us even more formidable as a looter. And so right now, we've already got like 80% of the things that we need in order to survive. What it comes down to now is if bad luck decides to have at us. If bad luck decides to swing on through town, I'm actually going to keep these for later, and I'll let you know why in a bit. Can I put this on my right wrist? There we go. I like how the graphic doesn't change. Oh no, it does. It actually flips inwards. Huh. Cool. I bet he just mirrored it though. It would fit perfectly if you designed it for one wrist and he just like went down the middle and mirrored both sides, like and flipped it around. It's hard to tell. Actually, no. I don't know. His hands are sort of lumpy. If you take a look at it, it looks like he has some weird like finger goiter or something going on. I hope I don't get finger goiters. Finger goiters seem like they'd be very unpleasant. The lack of iodine, you know. Nothing there. We're almost there. Okay, so we've got our first dog. The dog is a problem right now. I'm not gonna gloss over the fact that dogs in the early game can be a major issue for you, and they can cause you severe amounts of pain if you do it wrong. I think, though... Oh, we have the stuff that's required, I think, in order to make a slinga. And so... Or I can put the crowbar on my back. If 2 medium string and that are crossed, you get yourself a slinga. The slinga would be nice, but I would actually rather keep the string and throw this on my back. I don't know. Either way, we'll keep the sling for right now so that I can start collecting stones and things of that nature. And then allows me to ditch some of that if I have to. We don't have any rocks, though, so unfortunately, we lack the ammo required in order to do this properly. We additionally haven't found any plastic bags, but I'm going to say that the smart move here is to get away from the dog, because if we end up fighting the dog in melee, it's going to suck. It's probably not going to go well for us. It's going to end our game very, very early. And as adorable as our fluffy puppy friend is, I'd still rather not tempt fate. Did we just get a right shoe this early in the game? No way. If we just got a right shoe... Oh, and we got an 8% bag. It's going to rip in just a second, but that's okay. Banana t-shirts. Ring, 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 ring. Banana shirt. Ooh, cargo pants. I'll probably take those instead. Banana shirt. I've got a feeling. It's so appealing. Does this work? Oh, it does. Well, damn, son. Okay, so we now got a bag that we can throw on our back. It's an invention, a casual invention that I like to call a back bag. It's kind of like a backpack. That'll give us an extra, I mean, the shoe's gonna fall apart in like 5 seconds, but it at least gives us an attempt at staying alive a little bit longer. Got a Wolverine black whiskey bottle. I'm gonna bring that so that I can make a spear in a little bit, and then I should probably tear up these blue jeans while I'm here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now that we've tore up the blue jeans, the reason for doing so was because I want to make a medium string out of it. And then, after I do that, we can use our remaining moves to take the string and put it on the crowbie. Hooray! And so now our crowbar can be put on our back if we need to. We should start getting warmer sooner now that we're at this point. We also have a lighter, which has like 1 use left in it. But don't downplay it. That actually is kind of a big deal because it means we can start a fire if we get really, really desperate. The outdoor temperature is going up, but we are getting cold right now, so unfortunately that's something we're just going to have to live with for the time being. To keep an eye on our options and just sort of like hope that things come around. I'll probably bring the dirty rags with me just in case I get cut up on anything. Shiv's fine. We've actually got the flashlight too, which I think we should probably use to the best of our ability to scavenge while we're out here. How many charges does it have? 9? Okay. Do you have any charges? 9! So there you go. There's your 9 related humor for right now. Let's go over here. No, doggy! Oh, bad dog. Bad dog. I've got a crowbar, so I'm not that worried about him. It's when you're unarmed that they tend to be the most terrifying. They are like hulking juggernauts of death, teeth, and fur when you have nothing to like protect yourself with. However... Can I escape yet? Oh, we found Zomzoms. Okay, I was going to say, that was the Zomzoms event. I'm actually going to start scavenging over on this side first, though, because I don't feel like dealing with that dog right now. I prefer that he, like, go away somewhere else. Okay, some loot right there. Let's hit these apartment buildings and see. You should use all of your resources in the early game to, like, get as much stuff as you can. Later on, it's like, you can get lazy and just, like, half-assedly explore things. But in the early game, I would strongly suggest you use everything that you have. Namely, like, if you have a couple charges left on your flashlight, use them. Like, anything you can use to get equipped in the early game. Because, honestly, the biggest part of this game is the early game. Like, that's the most difficult issue, is just, like, getting yourself up and running in the early game. Is that actually good water? Oh, it is. It's good water. Okay. Fantastic. I'm going to take a couple bags right now. Because I feel like it's important. We need to... Well, we have options right now. I need to make a sling. I also need to start gathering up stones so that we have ammunition for said sling, because we are a ranged character, so it's to our best advantage to be flinging rocks at anything that tries to attack us. And indeed, I have killed wolfmen with a sling. It's not hard. The sling is actually pretty powerful in this game. More powerful than you would give it credit for. There's a definite David and Goliath story going on in this game, and believe me when I say you can clock somebody with a rock in this game and really just ruin their day. Sorry, I hit the escape key. The escape key in this game minimizes it for some reason. It's always been like a thing about Neo Scavenger that bothers me. Anytime you hit escape, it minimizes the game, and I've always just been like meh about that. And so we're like mid-recording right now, and unfortunately I had to stop and then go again. It'll probably be fine. Like, I seriously doubt any like horrible thing is going to happen because of this. But it's still a minor irritant. So there it is. We've got... enough rocks to last a while. Be careful about the rocks because they are like weighty. So on occasion the rocks will overweigh you. It happens. I feel like my clicker is not lined up properly now. We've got our rocks. What we really, really need is string, and 2 of it. I think we're probably going to freeze to death, unfortunately, unless we get the sleeping bag event. Unfortunately, now that I've remaximized the game, weird things are happening, and it's making me sad. Let's continue scavenging through the night. Scavenge through the night! The new album by... Oh my god, no, I'm going to stay and hide. I'm going to blindly retreat because I don't want him to eat me or whatever it is. We are next to Zomzoms. We are next to Zomzoms, so things to think about. There's the sleeping bag event. The sleeping bag event was actually an addition the developer added because people said they were having trouble surviving the early game. And so if it looks like you're going to freeze to death, the game is just like, oh, here, have a sleeping bag. And just like makes you feel better about yourself. I'm actually going to use the ruined house as shelter. And then I'm going to keep my crowbar in my hand while we wait and rest. I'm going to turn you off as well. And we're just sort of going to like wait. Oh, our makeshift sack fell apart. Well, that, dear sir. Actually, no. Balls. Alright, so I messed up. I need to... Man, I'm so disappointed with myself right now. I am so filled with disappointment. I needed a backup plan, and I didn't come up with one before that broke, which is really, really disappointing. I'm just going to drink the water now, so I don't have to carry it around with me. That handful of string right there, I can make that into a big string, and then we can make another one. It's sort of like a makeshift solution, but we're trying to make a makeshift sack, so makeshift solutions work here. It's included in the word is included in the item that we are making. So there we go. I'm going to throw this onto my back. Now that I have rocks, though, why won't you click? That's making me sad. I'm going to have to, like, reclose and reopen the game in just a moment, because, frankly, what it's doing right now is it's actually, like, tracking things a little bit low because the screen minimized, which I think changed the perspective of the... It changed the UI ratio or something. I don't know. It did something that's a pain in my ass right now, and so I've got to fix it. I'll be right back. There we are. Sorry about that. That's actually one of the first bugs I've ever seen in this game. Like, one of the first actual, like, code bugs that I've ever seen where it, like, messed up the... I don't want to use that right now on... Well, whatever. I don't care that much. It's got 0.4% of its fuel left. If I was smart, I would probably use it to build a fire, but I'm not, so there's that. I'm going to sleep in here for right now, even though it's a terrible idea, and hopefully nothing comes along and murders us while we're sleeping. Because that does happen in this game. Neo Scavenger is well known for murdering you while you sleep. It's done it to me a few times. Oh good, we got a spear. That's not really as exciting as it would have been. Oh man, we got stuck in an opening? That's the worst way to have an adventure. Stuck in an opening. We did find some other goodies though. Ooh, a bunch of bullets. Now that we have the range skill, we'll know what all of our bullets are, so that's a plus. Oh, we also got a mummy bag. Cool. I'll take it. Got an Eerie right there. We've got FMJ rounds. I'll take those. We got 45 hollow points. Jacketed hollow points if you wanted to be really, really specific about it. The spear is still a good weapon, don't get me wrong. So I'll probably equip it for right now, just in case. And if we're at long enough range, I'll have time to swap out the weapon. 13% pants versus 68% pants. I will take the 68% pants, please. On this end... Hey. Get in my inventory right now. I demand it. I demand that you enter my inventory and you be a part of it. And enjoy. I think we've also got water bottles and stuff ready to go. So... Let me get my thirst taken care of right now. I'm going to throw that string... No. Why does the string look like whiskey when you put it in the bottle? It doesn't seem right. Alright. So we've got that right there. I'm trying to think of like what my next plan is. Because I definitely need a next plan. The things that I can tell you is that I'm quite sure we need a next plan. However, I'm coming up sort of brain dead in the whole thing. That's amazing that the sling actually has like a magazine of rocks that keep the rocks all sorted. I had a sling when I was a kid. Used it all the time. My family was religious, and so slings are like a big deal to religious people because of David and Goliath. When David annihilates Goliath all up in his face and Tyrannosaurus wrecks that fool with a sling. Although I don't know how I would let that fly. If I was a giant, I'm not sure I would allow a little kid to kill me. Even with divine interference, I'm not sure I'm okay with this situation. It's amazing that our shoe hasn't fallen apart yet. I'm going to put on this other spacewalk shoe because that thing's going to fall apart in a second. This one's a 60% shoe. You don't see those very often. Those are hydrocodone. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're going to be toasty up in here in a second. Let's see here. I'm going to swap out some of these shirts for better shirts. 26, 27. Okay, so that one's better. Plastic bags we don't really need, but I'm going to start filling up water bottles in the hope that maybe someday I should probably start collecting newspapers too for arrow fletching. I can make a bow this early in the game, but I can't really vouch for it. I don't know. I've been really actually unimpressed with the bow in this game. Sometimes it's like awesome and you one-shot people, and then other times the bow will hit somebody like 20 times. They'll be totally alive and fine, walking around like a feathered creature. Just so many arrows sticking out of them. Sitting on a decaying park bench, aiming his gun at your chest is a scarred, flint-eyed man. From the kit and camo clothing, you can tell he's a Ronin. A gun for hire. He's airing his feet, one profusely bleeding from a recent gash. Probably the same gash that caused that rip through the sole of his shoe. A lot of sharp metal around these parts. The pain must be affecting his grip on the rifle. It's wavering, maybe enough for you to safely dive off to the side. He's not saying anything, just sitting there, staring. Hey. I don't want to get shot. I don't want our adventures to end, like, instantaneously. And I feel like that's a real thing that might happen. He's already pointing the gun at us. I'm willing to bet that, like, I don't want to risk it. Let's duck roll. Dive roll. You drop left to dive for cover. Man, he's quick. He gets a shot off as you're moving. It might be nothing, but it could be a flesh wound. Fortunately, you're quicker. A ghost. A moment there, the next moment gone. No matter what, that shot's bound to attract attention. Did we get hit? Oh, good. We're not dead. We aren't dead and or dying. That makes me happy. We also need to collect glass shards because I have to make arrows. I'm not going to do it right now because, honestly, the sling is pretty good. Like, don't underestimate the sling. The sling is actually fairly fantastic. Whether or not it's better than the broad spear, I think, could be strongly debated. That guy's got a gun. And so with him, we've got to decide whether or not we actually want to risk this. Risking this engagement might be a bad idea, but it's early enough in the game where I'm willing to attempt it. I'm going to take cover in the hopes that, okay, so he's got a shotgun and he's fallen. So since he's fallen, I'm going to run away. Oh, man, he hit me with a slug. Shit. He has ammo. Oh, man. They never have ammo. I think he's out of ammo, though. I'm pretty sure he's out of ammo. I don't know. Let me look here. Well, he might not be out of ammo. Actually, I think he is. Oh, it's on now. Okay, so let's run. And this is what you always want to do. You want to blast away. And what'll happen is, did I kill him? Oh, wow, I hit him in the lungs. I hit him with a pebble in the lungs and he died instantly. Well, there you go. He used up all of his ammo, though, you bastard. My right arm is crippled, though. Luckily, there's a stick here, so I might be able to make this work. However... Oh, shit. Okay, so that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, so let's throw some whiskey on that, because I'm actually, like, worried about that. That's not good. We've got a pretty severe... We've got a minor cut. Okay, so I'm going to save my whiskey, then. We need to do for right now is we have to band-aid that up. If we don't band-aid that up, that's going to be a big problem for us. Is my arm broken? Is it permanently crippled? Or is it just so wounded right now that it's crippled? Because there's a branch right here, and I can make a splint out of it using, I think, string? Yeah, we can make a rough splint, and I might be able to apply that. I don't know if it'll help. I think that's only for broken bones. I think we should be alright if we hang tight for a second. Got a shoe laying on the ground as well. Is it better than mine? I need a right shoe badly. What's in here? Mechanical parts. Yeah, that was combat that wasn't really worth it for us. Wasn't really worth it for us because now we've got to just like hang out and hope that everything gets better. We will get better slowly, but if our arm stays crippled, I'm not sure like how to babysit this the best. So let's just rest and heal for a bit. There's an Anishinaabe over there. He shouldn't bother us, and in fact, he should run off other people. We're still in pain, but we're still thirsty too. Let me drink from this bottle, I guess. That'll help out with the thirst for a second. Our arm is better. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to see if the arm got better. How's the cut looking? Damn, that thing looks like it would hurt. That thing looks very severe. I've had a couple big gashes in my life. I had one where a knife got dragged down the side of my leg, and it was like a 1-inch deep cut. I've told this story before. It's the one that I duct taped shut because I didn't want to go to the hospital. I just dumped a bunch of iodine in it, and then I duct taped it shut with gauze over the top. And it was pretty nasty. It's amazing how like long a big cut will bleed like that. It bleeds forever. Like seriously, sometimes you feel like the bleeding is never gonna go away. It keeps going for so long. Like I think it took a good week before it stopped just like having stuff coming out of it. It bled a lot, and then it sort of like slowed its roll after a little while. I think that I can easier justify, actually I can move that to there. There we go. So now we're in a little bit better of a situation, although I am a little bit concerned. I'm a tad concerned about our ability to defend ourselves using only the rifle when we have no bullets for it. However, it is nice to have a gun if you're a ranged character. Additionally, I've noticed that the AI seems to give you a wide berth if it realizes you have a rifle. I'm going to blindly retreat because I don't want to fight with... Oh, it's a Nishinabe, okay. I'm not going to mess with him for right now, because we are a little bit scratched up. I don't know if Zomzoms is worth it at the moment. Zomzoms, you can get an actual extra trait from here. So if you go in and you fight inside the ring, what will happen is that you'll get an extra event that allows you to like get a new trait that makes you either, if you fight the robot and beat it, you get Indomitable, and if you hack the robot or you use your brains, you get something like Quick Thinker or something like that. You get an extra trait that like it stays with you for the remainder of the game. Oh shit, I just drank bad water on accident. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to click the berries and I have bad hand-eye coordination, so... Oh well, it shouldn't kill us. Worst case scenario is we get gastroenteritis for a little bit and we just like have diarrhea for a while and catch up on our reading. I don't know, people always act like diarrhea is like this worst thing ever, but honestly, if you've got good reading material, it's not so bad. Or if you've got like cut myself on broken glass, fantastic. Fantastic. You know what I love? Adding more wounds to my body. That is on my bucket list. Add more wounds to body. Note to self. Let's see here. We got a storage shed. I'm going to try and hit all these locations before I go anywhere else. Another storage shed. We'll give that a go. You might be wondering why I'm not using the mechanic skill on any of these buildings. It makes the safety much higher, but it lowers your chances to get loot pretty considerably. So just like little things to think about whilst scavenging, my friends. Ooh, a full medical kit. Okay, what do we got now? Yeah, we got 7 amoxicillin. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, we're on now. Okay, so I'm glad to see our luck is kind of turning around a little bit. Oh, we got binos too. Those are important because we can actually start a fire now if it's daytime. When you're playing a ranged character, you have to remember though, start your fire before it gets dark. I mess that up all the time. I'll be like, let me start a fire, and I'll be like, oh yeah, there's no sun. This is a concerning lapse in judgment. I feel like I should be able to pile more stuff into this med kit and like make it fit somewhere. Can it fit in the bag? It can. If I can fit the whiskey in there, it would be appreciated. Here, empty out. I'll put whiskey inside of you. Don't ever let that pickup line work at the bar. Like seriously, if somebody comes up and is like, I will put whiskey inside of you, the correct response is to run the hell away. I guess I'll throw the bags in there too. We'll worry about tinfoil later. The nice thing about tinfoil is that you can use it to make fletching for arrows. But ever since I embarrassed myself by not knowing how to tear apart a chip bag, let's see here. I should probably reload my sling too, even though we one-shotted somebody with it. How badass is that we one-shotted somebody with a sling? Like we shot him through his lung with a rock. Like that is so metal on so many different levels. Like it's super metal. Somebody should write a song about it. It sounds like a Cannibal Corpse song. Rock through the lung. And it also fits because it's like hard rock. Like that, it also works in that dimension. Pretty happy about it. I need to make a medium thread for something and I can't remember what I needed it for. Oh yeah. So I can put the binoculars around my neck, as I recall. There we go. It becomes a scope with a strap, but it's useful because we need this right here in order to start a fire because we don't have the trapping skill, so obviously we can't make a friction fire. For now, we really need like a backpack or something useful. That's our other big problem at the moment, is until we get ourselves like a backpack or anything else. That guy's got a bow, which is all kinds of concerning. I'm gonna wait and see what he does. He's got Crocs on his feet, so I'm not really too stoked about murdering him. I don't know if I should just get the hell away. I think I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna try and play. See, I tend to play this game a little bit too balls to the wall, which is why I tend to die a lot. Is because I'm just like, I'll take the risk, and I just don't think about it. Oh, good. Ask and ye shall receive. We got ourselves a Haya Poopy backpack. That's pretty sweet. It'll fall apart pretty quickly, though. We also got a hoodie, so that'll help out a bit. Alright. Cool. Now that we got that, I should probably bring the right-footed flirt because that's about to break on, like, the next turn. And it's better than nothing. It'll allow us to retain our actions per turn, so... there is the distinct possibility it'll probably fall off of our feet a lot, but there's not much I can do about that. Until we get something bigger, though, I need, like, a sled to put the crowbar on, maybe, and then I could put the gun on my back, and then after that, I could take the sling and keep it in my hand. Right now, the gun is not incredibly useful, and I'm actually started debating running up to the Anishinaabe tribe and seeing if I could dump it off there so that I don't have to carry it around with me. Arguably, we should hold on to it and get the shells, but let's hang out for... Actually, how close are we to Anishinaabe? Let's see here. We've got 4, 8, like 12-ish, 16-ish. We gotta go like 20-something upwards and then 12 to the right to get to the Anishinaabe reservation. And so, or the Anishinaabe territorial lands, or whatever you would prefer to call them. I guess I'll hang out here for now. We're pretty well rested, but I don't think that there would be any problem with sleeping for the night. I should probably make a sound trap or a noise trap because we're so early in, but we're not going to sleep that long anyways. I'm actually fairly impressed that we slept off a gunshot in one day. That's actually a big deal to me. Like, we slept... It's already bruising. Our character is healing so fast due to the fact that we took metabolism that he's almost like Wolverine-like in his healing abilities. Why small forest mammals heal faster than others, I'm not sure. Honey badgers are the shit, honestly, and so are wolverines. I don't think I've ever seen a wolverine in real life. I've seen bears in real life. I've seen a lynx. I've seen a bobcat in real life. I've seen mountain lions in real life. Like, out in the wild is what I mean in real life. Oh, there's a deer right there. We could try and be like a badass and take out a deer with a sling. I don't know if it would work, but we can give it a go. We busted our knuckles right there, which is unfortunate. And there was a roof collapse. Let's continue to head northwards. And what we'll try and do is we'll try and fix our thirst in just a second. Did my shoe break yet? I was going to say my shoe has to have broken by now, right? There we go. So we're in minor pain. We're parched. That's okay. I accept that. It's all good. Shouldn't be too hard for us to pick up. Since we have antibiotics, I'm just going to drink bad water and just, like, not give a damn. There we go. Awesome. I think this is probably a good spot for me to break off the episode now that we're sort of, like, trekking. My shoe fell off. Damn it, I lost my free move. So if it falls off, you lose your free move, unfortunately, and you just kind of got to, like, deal with it. I don't think the melon head will attack me. Typically, the melon heads leave you alone. But, ooh, good. Watch for your shoe falling off, by the way. It's going to fall off a lot. If you haven't played this game before, if you're wearing a flirp, it's going to constantly fall off of your foot, and you've just got to, like, deal with it. It's one of those little RNG systems that exists inside the game that, like, makes you want to bang your head against a wall sometimes, but it can't be helped. I have okay water right there. I think I should probably stop off here and break off the episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Neo Scavenger. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.